Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 5th. This week, we're going to just jump right in here, Pisces. And in your first row, we're going to look at just the general energies for the week that you will be dealing with. In your next row, we're going to look at anything unexpected that could be coming in for you this week. It's looking good so far. In your next row, we're going to look at what you need to know at this time. And yeah, this looks really good. There could be like some blessings or even just you could be getting some karma in a positive way with that Justice card and that Blessed card. That Blessed card in that deck kind of represents like unexpected blessings actually. So pretty nice. And in your last row, we're going to look at some advice from your guides. And Pisces, I feel like there's some sort of, here you go. look at all these cards that you have here. To me, this looks like an epic adventure that you are either, for some of you, I feel like you already have started, some sort of epic adventure, whether it's like a new business, new relationship, or whatever, or you're literally about to go on an epic adventure. So in your first row for your general energies, you have this full moon in Aries card. It says a fiery climax approaches. And so I do feel for a lot of you that there's a lot of this built up kind of energy that you're dealing with. I kind of get this need for balance, especially with the Justice card coming up, especially we have a ton of Libra energy in September. So what I would say here is that balance. You have this card and then you have the Swan card, which says soften your heart and find your flow. So I kind of get the need to balance out the kind of ready to take action energy, which I think is perfectly fine with this here, but also needing to make sure that you're kind of like doing things for the right reasons. And that would be, I think, the only thing you really need to focus on in this reading. I feel like as long as you're following your heart, that things are going to go very well for you this week. And it looks like an epic week, like I said. You have the Five of Cups, the Empress, and the Four of Pentacles. The Five of Cups could be like some regrets or sadness that you're dealing with. But again, I feel like you have a lot to gain with the Five of Cups. And I'm pretty sure you've had this with me over the past few weeks, the Five of Cups. If he were to turn around, he would see these two cups in this bridge in the castle. So he's crying because he's lost his taste for wine. He has lost his taste for something that he once enjoyed for a very long period of time, but no longer enjoys it. So, that can be a sad thing in life when we maybe move on from something that we once enjoyed, and now, it could be anything, could be a relationship, a business, something that you've been working on, but I feel like something is no longer part of your energy field. I mean, look at this. If you go this way to the Strength card and the Three of Wands really tells me that you've been expanding, which I think you are. Clearly, Jupiter's going to be retrograding back into Pisces, then it's going to move into your second. Officially, it was in your second house, but it's officially going to move into your second house closer to the end of the year, which I think is epic for finances, abundance, good things coming in for you. And the Empress kind of really does represent, really Aries is your second house. Even if you're not a second house Aries Pisces, again, I feel you're still going to be enjoying this energy, and it's probably still going to affect you the same way. But the Empress kind of has a lot to do with the second house. She represents values and material goods and things that you value as well. So I feel that you're about to embark on an adventure that is going to bring in a lot of, kind of more valuable situations. I always say that her clothing is meant to look heavy. It's meant to look like you can see it kind of goes into the creases of her body. And the purpose of this is that's meant to represent like quality, things of quality. I feel that for you on a very deep level here, Pisces, where there's like more quality experiences, more quality adventures, just better times coming in for you is what I see here. The only thing that I would say is, Five of Cups, Four of Pentacles, you end with the Two of Swords, the Eight of Swords, needing to leave something behind or needing to let go of something that you've been holding on to for a very long period of time. You can see here, and I'm going to spend a little time on this because you can see that his feet are on these pentacles, and that is really, really standing out to me. The feet. Pisces, you rule the feet, but, for some reason, I feel that some of you could be holding on to something that has kind of kept you planted, maybe has kind of kept you stable, right? And sometimes I think we can attach ourselves to things that really don't provide us with stability, but at the same time, it's kind of what we've always known. And this whole entire reading is, again, saying that you're going on an adventure, but maybe some of you or having to kind of let go of something that has kept you stable for a while. I'm not going to say that you're going to feel unstable in the near future, but I do feel you're kind of on this epic adventure that you're going on, whatever it is. Could be starting a new, I feel it's financial for a lot of you, so it could be a business. For some, it could be love, of course. You have the King of Cups, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups here. But whatever it is, feeling a little bit off balance. It's like you're having to find your footing. And I'm saying this because I feel like you shouldn't be scared. If you're feeling off balance, if you're starting a new business and you don't know what you're doing, if you're starting a new job and you don't know what you're doing, I feel that this off balance feeling is just, what everybody feels when they do something new. And that's what I feel like you need to realize. With the Five of Cups, you have the Ten of Cups. I'm telling you right now, you are going towards major blessings in this reading. Very good reading. I think I said to you in your September reading that I actually feel like September is going to be much better than you expect, because it was much better than I expected, right? When I did your reading for September, I was kind of like, wow, this looks way better than I thought it was going to be. So I almost feel that, something has changed here. I'm wondering if this is almost like a timeline change, as some people would say, whatever you want to call it. But, I feel there are much more blessings coming in for you. If you're looking for love, by the way, Ten of Cups is fortune after difficulty, but it's also dating. So I would get out there and date. With the Empress, you have the Four of Pentacles. Again, it's like sometimes I feel that we hold on to things that we think are creating abundance in our life when there's something else where that actually would create so much more abundance for us. So I do feel the need to kind of let go, which I kind of said with that Swan card that we're going to talk about in a minute, where I feel if you're trying to make things a certain way, like if you're saying to yourself, I'm going to start this business and it has to go exactly like this, then things are not going to work out well. But if you just allow your heart to guide you and you just do what you feel is right and not everybody else feels is right in your life, then I feel things will be very successful for you, obviously. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Page of Swords. A little bit of like toxic energy that I get here. So some of you could be letting go of something toxic. And, I just get this like immature energy off of this Page of Swords. And I'm pretty sure I said it in your September reading. I think you had the Hierophant. It's almost like you're kind of going to the next level, maturing in your life. And that's really what I see here. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have the Swan card. It says graceful transformation. It says soften your heart and find your flow. I kind of feel this is a process, especially for those of you that are starting something new, like a new business, new project, or something like that. I feel that, things aren't going to be perfect at first, and that's perfectly acceptable. That's perfectly okay. I feel like you just need to go with it and, soften the energy, be kind to yourself. Don't try to be perfect. I feel those things are going to slow you down. I feel like if you just kind of go with the flow and you just say, I'm just going to do the best I can today, kind of just take it one day at a time, that's where you're going to find the success this week. Not only this week, I feel really for probably the rest of the year. Is what I would say to you for the rest of this year, probably really until like March of next year, this energy is probably going to be sticking around. So I feel if you take it one day at a time, you're going to find a lot of success. You have the King of Cups, the Strength card, and the Knight of Cups. I do feel there could be unexpected love coming in for you. It could be, I am getting fire, so it could be a fire sign. It could also be a water sign showing up for you here. It could be any sign. This is a general reading. But I do feel there could be like a knight in shining armor coming in for you with this energy. The thing is that you go Knight of Cups. We're obviously going to clarify, but Knight of Cups, Eight of Swords, Two of Swords. Very, very stuck energy here, Pisces. So, I feel like if you want love, that you're going to have to open up to it, obviously, with this energy. I would also say, Knight of Cups, if you don't want love, can just be your dream life. He is normally looking into that cup, and he is like dreaming of everything that he could potentially or possibly want in his life. But he needs to start planting seeds by the water here. He's standing in the desert, but there's water right in front of him. The card itself kind of says that you might be in a desert in your life, in quotation marks, that doesn't really exist. You might feel like there aren't resources or the things you need to be successful, but there actually are. And this card kind of encourages you to look for the things that you could potentially want, need, do, or have in your life so that you can get moving forward. You have the Strength card. Again, the Strength card, I feel you could be surprising yourself with how strong you are. I kind of feel, again, for those of you working on projects or businesses, that you are a little bit surprised at how much progress you're making. I'm also getting the words like received, but intuitively, I feel this is saying that you are surprised at how well something is being received. So if you're, again, maybe you're working on a project and I just feel it does better than you think. And that could be, there's nothing wrong with that. I feel this is a good thing. So definitely good. The Strength card, again, always reminds me of something that we should be working on every single day. So those 1% improvements I feel are going to be extremely beneficial for you right now. I get this feeling of mistakes, especially on that Swan card. So I feel this just energy of taking one foot in front of the other, just kind of making, just doing the best you can every single day, especially for those of you working on projects. Of course, this could apply to love, but, in work and business, I really feel this is saying, one foot in front of the other. With the King of Cups, you have and next you have the King of Cups. I just feel like this is your energy in the reading. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel you are showing up in a very strong position. You can see that he's sitting in choppy waters, but he's perfectly fine. He's not worried at all. And I feel that for you, Pisces, where, like I said, maybe things around you don't seem that great, but I feel like you are doing perfectly fine. It's like you have no concerns. I feel there's nothing for you to worry about, which is amazing. So let's look into this. With the King of Cups, you have the Six of Cups. Yeah, Six of Cups is a gift from the universe. I feel there's some sort of turnaround coming in for you. The gift we usually receive with the Six of Cups is a turnaround. Like I said, usually it comes up when things are going to be improving, or if we've been experiencing obstacles, we can start to move forward with the Six of Cups. Some of you could be thinking about the past, but again, what I would say is I'd be careful thinking of the past, because we go like this from here to the Eight of Swords to the Page of Wands. Page of Wands really encourages like a new adventure. Mercury retrograde as well, so I'd be careful of the past. With the Strength card, you have the Two of Swords. It is going to require strength to be, feel like you're trying to gain a new solid footing, with that Four of Pentacles twice in your reading. And I kind of feel this is encouraging you to, be awkward, Pisces. Who cares? I'm a Pisces. I'm super awkward, right? You think I care? I don't, right? I wear the same shirt every single day. People constantly tell me, hey, it looks like you look like a hobbit with no neck. And I'm like, guess what? MFer, I am a hobbit with no neck. Like, what do you think this is, right? This is Hobbit Tarot, so get over it. But also, what I would say is, don't be afraid to be awkward. I feel that sometimes awkwardness is where it's at. And one of my favorite Pisces of all time, Sarah Blakely, right? She has a rule where she embarrasses herself every single day. And, I think there's something to that, because when you just stop caring, it's like nothing can affect you. Nothing can hurt you. And I feel you're kind of getting to this point. And I feel when you do that, again, with the Swan spirit energy here, it's about like opening your heart. And when we just don't care what people think and we're not afraid to be awkward and stuff like that, I think that's when we are almost at our most, open. I feel like when we are fully exposed, right? Don't go around exposing yourself, Pisces, but I feel like you catch my drift. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Nine of Cups. So definitely wish fulfillment coming in for you. I feel there's a lot of fulfillment clearly coming in for you. This is an amazing reading. I feel there's a lot of good stuff. Just in general, love it. Even next, in the area of what you need to know, you have this Blessed card. In this deck, this card represents blessings that maybe you do not expect to show up in your life, or maybe things that are a little bit more surprising. So I definitely feel there's blessings coming in for you. Again, for you, I do feel this is a little specific. I feel it's saying that something is working out just better than expected. Is it going to be mind-blowingly amazing? I mean, for some of you, I would say yes. And for others, maybe just something just does a little bit better than you thought it was going to do, especially if you're working on a project, I'm getting. It could also be a relationship that just kind of has just goes a little bit better than you were expecting. And I feel like this is saying celebrate it. I've been talking about this for a long time, where I've been trying to celebrate my victories more and more and more and more in my life, because it's like the more I do it, the more victories I seem to attract, right? And not saying this to brag, but saying this because, again, I think that we just need more victories in the world. I really feel we're kind of shaping our universe right now. And, there's a lot of restriction and things that I feel like make people feel like they're losing. So I'd like things to go the other direction. I don't know about you, but I feel like celebrating those victories is going to be important. You have the Justice card, the Eight of Swords, and the Three of Wands here. The Eight of Swords, I feel like you just need to get out of your head, honestly. Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. It is, a card of self-imposed prison, really, keeping yourself stuck. Eight of Swords says you could be only seeing one way of doing things when there are a million ways to do things. You have this Two of Swords as well here. You have the Two of Swords here. You also have the Two of Swords here, kind of both going, through the Eight of Swords. I feel like that there could be an obstacle in your life that really isn't an obstacle. It's almost like something could be a lot easier than you think. I mean, to me, that's like Pisces' middle name, is things could be a lot easier than we think. I don't know about you, but again, I overcomplicate everything in my life. So, I feel like something is much more within your grasp. It's much more within your reach. Sometimes with the Eight of Swords, the story of the Eight of Swords, by the way, is that she feels like people in her life. She feels like there are people outside these swords. So that's why she's not setting herself free. But there's no one there. She could easily lean up against those swords. She could cut her arms free. She could take her blindfold off, and she would see that she is free. So it's like there's no one stopping you from anything, is what I feel like this is saying. You also have the Three of Wands, which is kind of like, what are you waiting for? You have the Knight of Cups, the Page of Wands right next to it. I feel this whole those three cards are saying, what are you waiting for? So it's time to get moving. Also, kind of like the Knight of Cups, he might be thinking that this is a desert out here. You can see how the water is like a golden color, but when he looks closer, he sees those boats. And he could get on those boats and go on an adventure. Some tarot books refer to this card as going on an adventure, like needing to get onto those boats so that you can go experience something. So I feel that for some of you. You also have the Justice card here, so I do feel there's some sort of, I get like a very karmic feeling here, as in you could be receiving some karma or karmic blessings because of some work that you've already done in your life. This could also be, I don't think you really passed a test. I don't think the universe tests us really. I mean, maybe kind of, but not really like that. And I feel some of you could be receiving some karma, some karmic rewards because of that. Yeah, with the Justice card, you have the Temperance card, turning one thing into another. Justice is cause and effect. Temperance is kind of similar, turning one thing into another, turning a negative into a positive. You can turn a positive into a negative. I really feel you're in control of your destiny right now, Pisces. With that Eight of Swords, you have the Knight of Swords. No rushing. Like I said with that Swan card, there's like a difference between, taking action with that Full Moon and Aries card that you have and forcing things to happen. And I definitely wouldn't force things to happen. He's like trying to force this horse to run. You can see that this horse looks very stressed out. So I wouldn't try to force anything. Again, I would be in the flow. You know how to do that. You're a Pisces. With the Three of Wands, boom. Here you go, Hierophant, marriage. Some of you could be thinking about marriage, although, this to me looks like a lot too much thinking about marriage. 10 of Cups, 5 of Cups. It's like, does he love me? Does he love me not? Or do I want to even be with a person or do I not? 2 of Swords, same thing with the Strength card. Like, oh my God, I have to put in all this work to be with a person. To the 3 of Wands and the Hierophant, it's like not wanting to miss the boat. I don't know. It's popping into my head like that. So some of you might be thinking about relationships, marriage, or saying am I gonna miss out, or do I even want this, and I don't know. It's something that I would just think about. I wouldn't rush with that Knight of Swords. Like I said, I wouldn't put too much pressure on yourself, but the questions are definitely kind of swirling around in my head in this reading. So I feel for a lot of you, that's what I would be looking at. For some of you, I feel like, if you want love, I would be looking at the difference between what do I have to gain and what do I have to lose. Some of you might be looking at relationships as losing something when actually you're gaining something, or maybe that is just the mindset shift that you need to have. I find this a lot, that people think, oh, I'm losing something. It's why? It's supposed to be a partnership. So it's you shouldn't be entering into a relationship thinking that you're losing something in the first place. So, I would kind of look at that. That might be the mindset shift that you have to make here, that you're joining a team if that's what you're doing. Next in the area, what is this again? Messages from your guides. You have the Zebra spirit. So again, I feel like you're very unique, and I also feel like your adventure that you're going on is very unique as well. Pisces tend to be a little bit eccentric and weird, right? We're a bunch of weirdos, so I feel that this is talking about your own unique adventure, and I kind of feel that's what you're falling into here. Is it's I almost get this feeling in this reading where maybe for a long time in work or business, you've been putting other people kind of mentally above you. I'm not saying that they are above you, but I feel like maybe you're saying, oh, they're more successful, because of X, Y, and Z reasons. But it's almost like you're finding your own unique success that only belongs to you, Pisces, especially for those of you in work and business. You have the Two of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Page of Wands. I kind of get this feeling of just needing to go for what you want, plain and simple. It's stop overcomplicating things, the way I feel like saying with the Two of Swords. She just needs to take her blindfold off and go to this new island behind her. As I always say, she just needs to experience something new. You have the Page of Cups, could be a love offer coming in for you. This could be like a dream come true. It could be something very imaginative and playful as well. You could see he's got that fish in that cup. So, if there is love coming in for you, I do feel that it could be very imaginative and playful at this time. I have a feeling, just like an intuitive feeling for you, Pisces, that if you're going to be adding love into your life between now, actually, I would say for like until the end of next year, 2023, I don't think you want anything that's going to add complication to your life. I feel like you're going to be very busy because of that Jupiter in your second house. So anything that adds complication, I feel like you just don't want. And things that are more lighthearted, playful. And I'm not saying I don't mean lighthearted as in not serious. I mean lighthearted as in just doesn't add any extra drama to your life. I feel like that's what you're looking for. And clearly, here's the beginning of the epic adventure. I feel like I kind of feel like saying that you're overthinking something for some of you, some sort of adventure. I feel like this is saying you could just skip ahead and just go on the adventure. You could skip all the middle stuff, right? So I feel like you could press skip here, Pisces. With the Two of Swords, you have the Strength card. That is crazy. Two of Swords, Strength card, Two of Swords, Strength card right here. I feel like there's something, just making those 1% improvements every single day is going to be important. Also, taking one step closer to the edge in a good way is going to be helpful for you. With the Page of Cups, you have the Three of Cups, major celebration coming in for you. So there could be a celebration, could be a reunion for some of you. So some of you could be getting together with family. 10 of Cups, 3 of Cups, really good card for community as well. For others, I just feel a lot of happiness entering into your life with this energy. For those of you that are looking for your people as well, like if you haven't been surrounded by the best people, I feel like you're surrounding yourself with better people. With the Page of Wands, you have the Ace of Swords, victory. So, damn, Pisces. I'm telling you right now, this is a good reading. I feel you are kind of just at the beginning of an epic adventure. Definitely some victories coming in for you. And again, by the way, the Ace of Swords can also represent kind of like karmic justice. There are these 6 golden yods on either side of the card, and they're in perfect balance. So they can kind of represent karmic rebalancing as well. Let's see here, Pisces. We're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3 right here. 1, 2, 3. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think your questions. But 1, 2, and 3. For question number 1, I would say yes, 6 of Pentacles. I would say that this is like a final decision is what's popping into my head. So I feel like you need to give something, whatever you're asking about, energy, and kind of remove your energy from something else. For question number 2, I would say yes, 6 of Swords, 2 6s right next to each other. I love 2 6s. Kind of says you're on the right path. You're moving in the right direction. But I would say yes. For question number 3, yes, damn, Pisces, 10 of Pentacles, are you kidding? So, yes, definitely a lot of success, a lot of abundance. I love this reading for you. Amazing. So, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.